In a dramatic turn that could have seismic impacts on her future legal fortunes, the Duchess of Sussex has been abandoned by her longtime attorney and media attack dog after an ill-advised secret lawsuit against fellow celebrity philanthropist Angelina Jolie spectacularly blew up in Meghan Markle's face this week, sources confirmed to Heat magazine. Jenny Afia, the bulldog litigator who has relentlessly defended the former Suits actress in court against British media outlets, announced her resignation from the case shortly after news broke that the Duchess had initiated unsanctioned legal proceedings against Jolie. The dormant complaint, which accused the Oscar winner of engaging in reckless defamatory conduct following a heated rebuke at a posh Dutch summit last April, was apparently filed without even advising Afia or providing her an opportunity to review its questionable merits ahead of time. When Jenny caught wind that Meghan had taken this solo legal run at Jolie, she was equal parts bewildered and outraged over being deliberately left in the dark by her own client, a source close to the high-powered attorney revealed. In her mind, it blatantly violated their attorney-client relationship based solely on informed consent and communication, the most fundamental tenets of ethical representation. The source alleges Afia felt particularly betrayed upon being kept totally out of the loop on the anti-Jolie complaint while simultaneously having to deal with an avalanche of unwanted media scrutiny over a lawsuit she knew nothing about. Making matters even more humiliating for the celebrated libel lawyer was that the suit itself missed basic legal hurdles and thresholds for defamation claims, opening her up to reputational harm simply by having her renowned name attached by proximity. After pouring years of her expertise into fighting for Meghan and carefully shielding her reputation in the UK, Jenny felt deceived and that their entire attorney-client relationship had been irrevocably contaminated by the Duchess' total lack of discretion and professionalism, the insider candidly shared. For someone who always chooses her media engagements and cases meticulously, this was just the kind of needless public kerfuffle she wanted no parts of. As it turns out, Meghan allegedly chose to pursue legal action against Jolie in retaliation for the Hollywood titan's supposed highly critical commentary about the Duchess' exhaustive media publicity tour surrounding that humanitarian summit in the Netherlands. According to multiple sources, Jolie challenged Meghan for attempting to steal the spotlight from the larger issue at hand and renew her own personal celebrity profile. A heated argument ensued between the two women, with the A-list star allegedly offering a stinging rebuke about chasing media fame to feed your ego rather than working behind the scenes to solve global problems. However, the purported remarks in question appear to not only fall well short of any defamatory legal standard, but also may constitute privileged statements made behind closed doors, according to veteran Hollywood media attorney Jonathan Rosen. These seem to qualify as nothing more than non-actionable opinion statements shared privately during a contentious argument between two public figures, Rosen said of the alleged barbs. Not only would American courts likely toss this instantly on First Amendment grounds, but there's a compelling argument that the dispute falls outside of the jurisdictions where it was filed. Those issues aside, the lawsuit's apparent lack of due diligence and preparation for a defamation claim worried Afia enough that she reportedly tendered her resignation shortly after first becoming informed of the Jolie complaint by a reporter's phone call, not her own allegedly duplicitous client. Jenny kept thinking this had to be some big mistake because filing anything so shoddily slapped together with legal holes galore is the total antithesis of her reputation, revealed the source close to the famed counselor. But after stonewalling from Meghan's representatives and realizing there'd been no heads-up whatsoever about her client's proposed litigious intentions, she threw up her hands and quit the second it became clear there was no acceptable explanation. While undoubtedly a crushing loss for the Duchess and her reputation management efforts, the decision by Afia to wash her hands of Meghan follows a growing pattern of professional defections by those providing various services in and around the orbit of the polarizing royal couple. From Meghan's personal makeup artist to her entire UK-based legal advisory firm, multiple personnel severed ties with the Sussexes throughout 2022 amid increasing tensions, communication issues, and supposed personality clashes behind the scenes. Make no mistake, this will be one of the highest-profile parting of ways yet between Meghan and a key partner she'd relied upon, and it seems to underscore there may be something to all the whispers about a toxic workplace environment and inability to retain talent around brand Sussex, remarked prominent royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams. Attorneys skilled enough to litigate against media behemoths as Afia has don't simply walk away unless they've reached an irrevocable breaking point in their dealings with a client. Indeed, Many insiders consider the exit of the formidable Afia an insurmountable blow for Meghan given the attorney's unparalleled success in both deflecting negative press coverage through legal channels and cultivating her celebrity's public profile narrative, at least up until the debacle with the Jolie case file. For that very reason, some believe the Duchess may ultimately rue this decision in the long term, especially given the other professional defections of similar high-caliber talent surrounding her and Harry's personal media empire. If Meghan thought Johnny No-Name lawyers could so easily transport themselves into the legal lion's den of the British media landscape and navigate with similar success, she vastly underestimated the experience and savvy required to prevail with her reputation intact, Fitzwilliams added, noting Afia's particularly masterful handling of the royals' Clear My Name legal victory over Associated Newspapers. She needs to tread very carefully and only align with top-echelon expertise on par this point forward, as any other perceived missteps could completely derail the couple's lucrative media branding and overall viability. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the simmering legal crossfire between the dueling philanthropist celebrities has already prompted a tidal wave of social media commentary and public criticism regarding Meghan's alleged lack of self-awareness and allowing her own perpetual grudges to completely override public messaging about her actual causes. While some devoted fans continue to insist this latest lawsuit reveals a take-no-prisoner's courage to defend herself, detractors have seized upon the matter as the latest damning proof the Duchess has become consumed by her own celebrity. Can anyone imagine Angelina Jolie or another star of her ilk wasting time and resources on such a petty, personal vendetta-driven lawsuit amid all her serious global advocacy work? Seethed royal author Christopher Anderson. Meghan clearly has zero self-awareness of how this all looks. Chasing after celebrities and smearing them in suits reeks of someone solely chasing fame and tabloid relevance. You'd think she'd have learned by now. Other commentators were even more scathing in their criticism of the legal attack on a peer while simultaneously praising Jolie's grace under fire. What a compliment to know you're accomplished enough for Meghan Markle to try demolishing you in shameless publicity lawsuits, snarked comedian Liz Mair. Angelina Jolie is showing far more class by not even acknowledging this tantrum. This does nothing but validate what many of us assumed. This greedy woman never had a charitable bone in her body and cared only about fame and media glory for herself, echoed fellow royal critic Christina Garibaldi. Meghan has become the monster she accused everyone else of being. Of course, the ill-fated lawsuit saga against Angelina Jolie comes at a particularly fraught juncture as Harry and Meghan find themselves under siege from all corners amid multiple other legal entanglements. With reports swirling of various upcoming book projects set to blow open new wounds surrounding their own alleged unbecoming conduct and fractured relationships within the monarchy, any further self-inflicted public defamation flare-ups could threaten to derail the couple's delicately rebuilt stature. The last thing Harry and Meghan can afford right now is yet another salacious spectacle calling their judgment and alleged grasping of ethics into question, even obliquely, Fitzwilliams concluded. If the plan is still to realign public sentiment following their own media tours and documentary projects, these gratuitous side shows attacking philanthropic counterparts could cause an irreversible rupturing of any remaining goodwill. Lose a critical heavy-hitting attorney in the